Welcome back, Flair community. I hope you're all well and having an incredible day. Sorry, I just had my mic muted at the start there, but yeah, hope life is treating you well. We've got Tasmania in the house. We've got Anna. We've got Doc Bob D. We've got Death Ranger, Valiant Energy, Martin Redwood, Jimmy Ting 2, and we've got Matata Inu. So yeah, you know what time it is. It's time for the weekly news update, and yeah, we're going to jump straight in. I hope you liked the intro there with the dancing astronaut. Looks like Anna's a big fan. You can expect to see more of that in the future. But yeah, here we are at flairmetrics.io. This is just a website which allows you to track the accuracy or maybe even the yield or the returns you can expect from various signal providers. So what we'll do is give that a quick refresh and get the latest data. Go down to this reward rate here and tap that twice because we want to order by descending. And we're going to have a quick peek at the top 5. So topping the charts is Oracle Swap. They're a decentralized exchange, DEX, and they've also got a signal provider as well. We've got Nordso here, who you can see here that their delegation power, their vote power has increased massively. And there is a reason for that. And we're going to talk about that in a short moment. We have Evolve FTSO in 3rd place. And in 4th place, 01 FTSO. And coming in 5th, we have the S-Toads FTSO, which I believe is the only one in the top 5 providing additional assets in the form of S-Ribbits. So yeah, that's the signal providers so far this week. And just bear in mind that this is the reward rate just up until now. So the epoch starts on Saturday for me, maybe Sunday for some people in Australia. And yeah, this is just partially through the way of the week. At the end, you can expect this reward rate to increase. So happy days. Let's check on Nifty. This is Nifty.io, a similar site to flairmetrics.io in the sense that you can get information from the Songbird network. And this one focuses on NFTs, and you can search for all of the different rarities for particular collections. But they have this here, which I quite like. And this is, I guess, sorting the collections by the Songbird volume. So topping the charts is S-Toads in 1st place. 2nd place is going to Fat Cats, 3rd place going to Fat Tigers, 4th place going to Fat Leopards, and 5th place going to Canary Punks. So that's pretty good. You know, I see that they've got the little trio there, all 3 in the collection. And I guess if you aggregate these, they could actually be topping the S-Toads if it was all one single collection. But that's what we've got so far. And yeah, we're going to jump straight into the news. So before we do that, this is just a reminder that I am doing a big Patreon giveaway at the end of this month, and there is actually some more details on something else that I'm giving away. But one of the things that I'm giving away to a lucky Patreon member is this Flair Community Poker Club NFT. It comes with a physical deck and the opportunity to play in the big tournament at the end of the year. For those of you who don't know, we had news of this project coming out called Spark, and it's created by, or it's it sort of came from Nebuchadnezzar, if you know who he is on Twitter. I'm sure many of you do. He's posting a lot of DJ Khaled memes. He's actually was hosting a space just about an hour ago. Really great, and I'd highly recommend checking that out if you get a chance later, because it is recorded. But yeah, this project is basically about tipping on Twitter. So it's not just going to be SGB, you know, Songbird. He's going to have this Spark token, which you're going to be able to tip. This is the token of the actual asset. Not to be confused with FLR, because FLR is Flair, and the Flair token exists on the Flair network, okay? This is the Spark token, which was formerly called Flair, which was formerly, you know, named after FLR, but that's out the window now. It has been for a long time, so Neb has adopted this name, and it's going to be used for tipping. So they're going through their NFT minting process at some point this year. But yeah, definitely an interesting project. It's something that we don't really see too much of. You know, you've got the generic DEXs, the NFT projects and whatnot. So this is something a little bit different, and I'm pretty glad to see it come to fruition. So I'm looking forward to that. I did actually have a podcast episode with Nebuchadnezzar himself. That's him there, Neb. And yeah, we talked all about this project and broke it down and what does it mean for you guys. I'd highly recommend watching it if you haven't already. So moving on here, there's quite a bit of news coming from FLR Finance. They've been pretty busy. So the Hermes protocol is now live on Coston. So some of you may have participated in the Clover protocol, which is basically a raffle system. And you could win tickets, like a little sticker pack. And these tickets were revealed, and now they're able to roll out the next protocol, and a very innovative protocol, if I must say so myself. And it's basically going to allow people to redeem physical items without having to reveal their personal information. You know, it's sort of on chain. They only need to announce their information to the person that is sending the item. So a very interesting new protocol and very novel. And, you know, I think the FLR Finance team are really doing stuff to sort of take things to the next level. And it's great that Songbird is the home of that. Something else, so we did just hear about the Hermes protocol going live, obviously, and on Songbird, but this is something else which some people may have overlooked. XFi is going to be a trading token on FLR Drops. So FLR Drops is the NFT marketplace from FLR Finance, and soon it looks like you're going to be able to use XFi. So again, adding an additional XFi use case. So XFi is a very interesting one for me. We talk about this all the time in Discord because there is also a snapshot coming up for XFi, which is going to basically allow you to receive some of the equivalent on the Flair network once it launches. So stay tuned for that. We just had this earlier today, 3 hours ago or so, and they're introducing the Golden Collection, a series of 18-karat gold fidgetals made available to the public through a mix of Clover events, auctions, and sales, redeemable on-chain through the Hermes protocol. And that's what we were just talking about. So you're going to have the options to buy tickets for these physical items. And yeah, it's going to be almost like a lottery in some sense, but they're also going to have auctions as well and just direct sales. Maybe this is something that comes after this. So maybe they'll sell it just as a like a raffle through the Clover protocol, and then people may choose on the secondary market to auction them off or sell them off. So we're going to keep our eyes on that. I'll obviously keep you updated, but I'm looking forward to it, you know. I'm a big fan of investing in precious metals, especially if it's physical. It's always good to hedge your bets and diversify. So the Golden Collection. Very interesting. Yes, referring back to what I was saying about Nautso, if we just quickly have a peek back over here at Flair metrics, you can see that their voting power has increased massively over the past 24 hours, and that's because of a result of this. So the delegation change has now been made to Nautso, and basically what they're doing is the FLR finance team, they're delegating half of their or not there, but half of the SGB that's in the pools that are on FLR Finance, delegating half of the SGB or the wrapped Songbird to both DeFi oracles, which is FLR Finance's signal provider, and also Nautso. And something that is pretty interesting about this is the fact that what's going to happen is, you know, some of the proceeds from this that they accrue through the fees for running the signal provider, it's actually going to be used to pay down the debt on the XFi loans. Sorry, I'll blow this up so you can see it. So if the proposal is passed, which it has done, both Nautso and DeFi oracles would donate 50% of their FTSO provider fee to be used to pay down debt on the XFi loan system on a weekly basis. Excuse me. This will have a positive effect on bridging CAND, or the Canary dollar, back to peg, as well as increasing the health of the FLR loan system. Excuse me for one moment. Sorry about that. I just had a bit of a tickly throat. I'm sure you don't want to hear me coughing all over the microphone. So this is good for the loans platform. It's good if you're holding Canary dollars because they're going to basically be using some of these fees accrued from the signal providers to get that peg back to where it needs to be. So that's the reason why we saw such a rise in the past 24 hours, up over 600%. I found this really interesting, actually. It is kind of ironic. You know, there's a lot of people, especially with the fiasco that happened with FTX, you know, by the time I get my FLR, all the exchanges will be bankrupt. And, you know, this is one of the things that the Flair Improvement Protocol proposal actually solves, right? It's aiming to reduce this. So, you know, I just put a bit of a maybe a sarcastic comment here. From my perspective, I imagine more exchanges will become insolvent over the next. I imagine more exchanges, over the next 3 years than over the course of 2 months, right? So the ability to receive distribution directly to your wallet is one of the main benefits of this proposal. So, you know, for those who are pushing this idea that the Flair Improvement Protocol is not that great or something, you know, one of the main benefits is that you don't have to rely on the exchanges for 3 years, okay? You know, there may have been a delay from this, but, you know, you can assume that it's less likely for an exchange to go insolvent in the next 2 weeks than it is the next 3 years, right? So that's just one of the many benefits. People may be talking about the deadline too. This is directly from Hugo. He posted it a couple of days ago. January the 9th, come high or hell or high water. So basically, January the 9th is the final deadline, the final deadline. Final deadline, okay? January the 9th, I'm pretty confident with this because they've been waiting so long and they can't really go about damaging their credibility once more. There obviously has been delays. I know a lot of people in the community are frustrated, but all good things are worth waiting for, right? And there is a good reason behind this. And, you know, you can read all about it on the Flair blog post. But I won't go into that. We've already covered that. But if you are looking for up-to-date information, this is probably the best place to find it, flair.xyz or XYZ. Solidify app. Winter is coming. Guess what else is on its way? So NFTs are coming to this application, and you can think of it as a Bifrost competitor, right? So Bifrost is a very popular free wallet, and this is going to equally be a free wallet for Songbird and also XRP. I'm looking forward to this. I'm definitely going to download it and going to be having a little play around with it. And I believe they're also going to be adding some additional functionality that we don't actually see in Bifrost, but I'll wait for them to announce it. Should be interesting. I'm sure you guys are equally intrigued. FTSO.eu, one of the absolute OGs, delegating from the very first epoch. They've actually introduced this tool, and it's basically allowing you to revoke allowances. So this is a highly requested feature. So basically what this does is, let's say you connect to an application, you connect your wallet, and on Ethereum, a lot of these applications allow you to revoke access. And what it's basically going to do is allow you to safeguard yourself and restrict how much is able to be withdrawn from the account. So, you know, when you confirm a smart contract, let's say with a DeFi application, you're basically, when you initially allow the contract to interact with your wallet, you're allowing it to take funds and put it into a pool, right? Now, it's basically a way for you to reject that confirmation or reduce the amount that can be taken. So it's a safety precaution, but still a tool that should definitely be used, especially if you've been connecting to some dodgy websites. Superbad Series here. You may have seen this video before. They're creating an Unreal Engine 5 game. It's going to sort of interact with NFTs and the blockchain too. But something that you may not have noticed or you may have missed it, is this little video here. They did post it on their Twitter, but I also see that they've only got 112 subscribers, so be sure to check out their YouTube channel, Superbad Series. But if you look a bit closely, you may actually see the Flair community logo right there. I thought this was really cool. They did ask me if they could, use my logo, and of course, I was more than happy to. So I'm really looking forward to this game. I think it's just going to be interesting to see, what's really going to come of Unreal Engine 5, because there's a lot of people building, whether it's a metaverse or various games, and I really can't wait to see this explosion, especially once it incorporates like blockchain technology too. So stay tuned for that. Johnny Lawrence here, absolute legend. He's just released his collection on the XRP ledger, and I do have one of these. He's been a great friend. He's created intros for me, overlays, and all of this good stuff. Speaking of which, feel free to subscribe if you haven't already. If the overlay's not working, it's my... Oh, there we go. He made that one as well. So hats off to Johnny. He's been busy painting recently, and some of you may recognize this this design. It's one of his early the Dawn Chorus NFTs over on Songbird, and he recently just posted this just I guess an hour and a half ago. So it's coming along very nicely, and there are going to be options for the holders of these NFTs on the XRP ledger to actually claim redeemable artworks, not just prints, but also items like this, the actual physical oil paintings, which I think is pretty interesting. Before we wrap up, so I did announce that I'm going to be launching some NFTs on the XRP ledger. I'm not going to be selling any, and I did mention here that they're just going to go to the family members on YouTube, but I'm actually going to extend this to those who are Patreon members too, and also if we look on the tiers here, sponsors or higher, and all Patreon members too. So like I said, I'm not going to sell any of them. I'm going to take a little snapshot at the end of the month. I'm going to see how many members we have, mint that amount, and then everyone can claim one each. So just a way of trying to give back. I think this is the NFT that I'm going to go with. I've got so many of these different animations. I've had a lot of intros in the past, but I really like this one. I think it would be a great fit. And just my way of sort of trying to give something back to those who are supporting me. Another thing that we're doing, that we do every week actually, is we do a sort of, I guess, community giveaway every week. Normally it's a quiz, 30 XRP up for grabs, but this week we're switching things up, and we're going to do a quick poker tournament. And this is just in preparation for the big poker tournament at the end of the year now. So the holders of the Flair Community Poker Club NFTs, we do a giveaway each week. But the big event is going to happen at the end of the year. So this one here is just I guess like an intermediary one to get everyone up to date with how to use the application. We did one last week, really successful, a lot of fun, and it's going to be interesting. So I hope you can make it. We obviously are also doing the stage here for members every week, maybe for like an hour and a half or maybe 2 hours. We can have a good old chinwag here on Discord. There is a link in the description of the video for those who are interested. And hopefully I see you there. So that's pretty much this week's update. I'd like to thank you all so much for watching. I hope you have an incredible week. And until next time, I'm out.
We have liftoff.